Welcome to our quick fix 30-minute yoga class. Let's begin in a seated position. Sit up on the edge of a blanket. Allow the pelvis to tilt slightly forward. Your sits bone is your anchor. Each sits bone is your anchor as you sit tall in this lotus seat of yours. You can be kneeling or in half lotus pose. Hands on the thighs, feeling that nice, comfortable grounding. And the spine at the same time is rising up towards the sky. So you've got the earth below and the sky above as your support. Inhale, exhale, close the eyes for a brief breath practice, bringing you into your asana practice with calm, ease, and grace. Take one hand to the heart and leave the other hand on the thigh, so that's your grounding feeling there. As you take a nice deep inhale, notice the breath in the belly, the rib cage, and then into your hand on the chest, and an exhale. If any of the breath work or the physical work brings you any fatigue or any uncomfortable feelings today, just go back to a real easy child's pose or any recline pose to bring yourself into a calm space again. Let's breathe into that hand of support. As you inhale, remind yourself of your well-being. Exhale out a sense of radiant health. Inhale a sense of caring for yourself, every cell in your body happy. Exhale out, radiate that feeling outward in all directions. Drop that right hand to the thigh. Continue to breathe easily. Without judgment. Gently flutter the eyes open, gaze at the front of your mat. Bring your hands beside you on the mat. Take the fingertips onto the mat. So your fingertips are helping create that tripod effect for your spine in the middle of the body. That touchdown through the sits bones, the tailbone in between, all along the spine. It is now supported by these touch points on the earth. You can feel the space growing in between the vertebrae, allowing you to grow taller. Inhaling, exhaling. And now let's take a right turn with the chin over the right shoulder. Inhaling gently, exhale through center. Let's take a left turn with the chin over the left shoulder. And let's do that again over the right shoulder. And here at the right shoulder, you can tuck the right chin towards the chin towards the right shoulder. Pressing through the left fingertips, and then inhale the chin up as you come through center and go over to the other side, over the left shoulder, pressing through your right fingertips. You'll tuck the chin towards the left shoulder. Nice relief for the neck here. Continuing an easy breath pattern. Inhale the chin up, come back to center, and now look down at your heart, tucking the chin in between the collarbones, feeling that lovely relief in the back of the neck, that neck that works so hard to hold up our heads all day long. Inhale the gaze upward, look up at the sky, chin up. Feel an imaginary hand behind your heart supporting you in the back body. Your heart shines forward and radiates that feeling of wellness in all directions. And then gaze forward again, and we'll take the right ear towards the right shoulder. So dipping down to the side. Again, keep those fingertips nice and active. Float the head back up to center, or you can use your right hand on your ear and help that up. Exhale, let's take the left ear to the left shoulder. Soften, no force. Beautiful. With each exhale, you release even more. Take your left hand to your ear, or just float your head on back up, light weighted onto our vertical tall position. And then let's bring the arms up and the hands together in front of the body. Let's take the palms together. And then we'll take the backs of the hands together, turn the hands out. Inhale deep, exhale, and we'll part the seas. So part your hands. Draw that air in again, inhale. Backs of the hands together, exhale, sigh it out. Inhale, hands together. This time the hands up towards the ceiling, palms up. Exhale, raise the hands above the head, arms long. Exhale, releasing any tension into the sky, just allow it to float away. And then let's bring the hands together, steeple hands, index fingers shining upwards. Clasp the hands together and we'll sway side to side, allowing each side body to grow longer as we sway to the right and the left, like a palm tree in the tropical wind. Easy breeze. Inhale as you come up to vertical, exhale to the other side. As many sways as you need to open up the side body. Ribs, allowing more space in between each rib. And then reach high up again. Take the hands, shine them forward. Let's feel that energy shining out of each fingertip. And then come down to cactus hands, elbows out, drop the shoulders away from the ears. We're nice and tall, shoulders are relaxed. And then we take the thumbs behind us and dip the thumbs backwards, pinkies up, opening up through the collarbones. And then come back up to vertical, hands forward, and let's place those palms together in front of the heart, elbows nice and right in front of the shoulders. Open up your palms like a book. Press the forearms together, look at the elbow crease, bring that elbow crease upward in a vertical direction as you press the hands together. And then when you've reached your limit, simply open your arms like a curtain, come down to your rib cage with those elbows, and we'll start that over again 2 more times. Press the forearms together, the hands together, rise on up, open the palms, come back down to the ribs, dock in there, palms up, press those forearms together. You're feeling a nice glide through the shoulder socket. And then come back to cactus hands. And then we'll take the forearms down and the hands down and just hang down like laundry on a line. Giving another rotation to those shoulders. And then come back to cactus and then point your hands out to the side. We'll take a long span, wingspan, feeling a floating, lighter feeling than when we started. Let's touch down with our hands, fingertips to the floor, and then up. So we're taking a nice flight here. Inhaling as the arms come up, exhaling as they come down. Inhale up, exhale down. Each flight, each flap of those wings just allowing you to soar a little bit more. And then touching down. Beautiful. Now we'll transition to our all fours position. So tabletop. I encourage you to put a blanket underneath your knees as we come into tabletop and practice some core work and more fluidity in our spines. So bring the wrists below the shoulders, the knees below the hips, and you're in a nice neutral position with that spine. We've gone from vertical in the spine to horizontal. Your crown is reaching forward. You press through the hands and squeeze down on those armpits as if you were squeezing a magazine under your armpits towards the rib cage. You'll feel that the shoulders engage here and you feel stronger in that base. Press through the shins, not the knees. And notice there's a lumbar curve. So your lower back is in a nice healthy curve, and yet the abdominals are engaged. You've got the navel reaching up slightly towards the spine, nice and strong and supported. Now let's add that beautiful juiciness to the spine by tucking the tailbone towards the floor, feeling the rise of the spine towards the sky into cat pose as you press into the mat evenly. And then your rib cage really reaches, the back body reaching towards the sky. Drop the head at the end, look at your knees, and then lift the tailbone up towards the sky. Feel the ripple up the spine as you roll up into cow pose. Shoulder blades come closer together, hearts melting down towards the earth as you raise the head. Inhale, back into cat, tuck the tailbone, reach the spine nice and tall. Nice and long into that very arched cat. And then back into cow, exhaling. Your breath is your guide in this alternating pose as you feed the body with breath, inhaling at your pace and exhaling. Bringing the spine back to neutral, reaching long through the crown of the head. We're going to take a bird dog, so we're getting into some core work. Let's straighten the right leg behind us, standing strong on those surfaces. So especially through the right hand and the left shin, and you'll lift the right leg straight up. Check in with your sacrum, so your pelvis is nice and even. You're not dipping too low or too high. And then let's take the left arm long next to the ear, pointing forward, reaching with the crown of the head, looking down, but feeling that core engage. Feel free to push yourself off your center and see how that goes, and find your center again. Glutes strong, hold, and then bring the left hand back down to earth and the right shin down to earth. Inhale, let's bend the left leg long, and then we'll find that strong center as we lift that left leg up long. Check in with our even pelvis, and then the right arm comes next to the ear. Your pressure here should be on the right shin and on that strong left hand. Inhale, grow longer. Exhale, find that core, find the center point. Knock yourself off center if you want, and then come right back down to earth. Very nice. So you can alternate that right leg, left arm. Inhaling as you go up, exhaling as you go down. Left leg, right arm. Inhaling up, exhaling down. And then we'll take the knees a bit wider and slide the hips back towards the heels and bring the crown of the head to the floor. Inhale long into the back body, so you feel the breath traveling down the spine as you inhale. And as you exhale and release the spine, the path energetically of the breath going back up the spine, out the crown of the head. Child's pose, a very beautiful inward pose that you can take to rest the mind and connect with the breath. Inhale yourself, the body weight back up towards all fours, and we're going to come into a downward dog. So you might want to move that blanket aside. And we'll curl the toes under to come up into downward dog. So press strong through the hands, strong shoulder girdle there. And we'll lift the hips up, take the rib cage to the thighs, bend the knees to begin with. Feel that long stretch to the spine as you relax the neck and the crown of the head. And your knees are bent here, so you're just accentuating the length of the spine here. And now you're going to bring the right heel to the earth and straighten out the right leg as much as you can. Inhale back and then straighten the left leg. And if you can bring that heel down, wonderful. So you'll feel a lovely hamstring stretch here. Alternating, very easy breath. Relax the face. Very nice. And then if you can bring both of those heels evenly back towards the earth, even if they don't land down, just stretch the spine long, squeeze on those armpits towards the rib cage. Beautiful. Downward dog. Inhale, exhale, and then we'll walk the feet towards the hands, end up in the middle of the mat in a nice forward bend. And you're just, again, a nice neck release here. Bring the thumbs to the elbow creases, and then just allow the spine to drape down like a piece of beautiful fabric. And then take the hands to the hips, bring yourself into a flat back, the supported inhale here. Inhaling, so you're in a nice strong position through your feet, through your legs. You're going to hinge at the hips and come on up to a standing position for a standing sequence. And then we'll come wide stance on the mat and both feet facing forward. We're going to alternate between two of my favorites, Proud Warrior and side angle. So Parsvakonasana and Proud Warrior. Let's take those toes out and parallel, and we'll take the right toes to the side towards the top of the mat. And you'll notice, let's check in with the alignment. Your front heel is lined up with your back arch, and we're going to angle that back foot about 45 degrees. Take the hands on the hips, so connecting you with your pelvis there. We're going to bend the right knee towards the right two toes, coming into beautiful setup here for Proud Warrior. The hips drop evenly between the thighs, so get a sense of that drop. The arrow pointing down would be your tailbone, so you're feeling it descend towards the earth. You've got that anchor and tendril there. Plus, through the feet, you can even sense them pulling together just energetically, so you can get a nice strong base. Inhale, grow the spine long. Exhale, let's take the arms out to the side. Bring the shoulders up to the ears, and then exhale, drop the shoulders away from the ears. So do you feel that sense of freeing through the collarbones? Let's keep that span as we bring our gaze over the right fingertips. Feeling prouder than ever before in this pose. If you've done it before, just get that extra sense of strength through your foundation, extra sense of lightness through the spine, and a soft, easy gaze over the right fingertips. Then bring your gaze forward so you feel that center point of the body. And from that strong base of the legs, hold that base. And if you need to take a break, that's okay too. We're going to bend the right elbow, and then we're going to take the left hand to the left hip, and then reach long with the spine, drape over that bent thigh, that bent leg, the right leg, and begin to stretch the spine to the right, towards the right leg. This whole time, I want you to reach the tailbone towards the back heel. So it's definitely lengthening that entire time, broadness across the collarbones. Now let's take the left arm and reach it up towards the sky. And then make long next to the left ear. So nice and long. Exhale, inhale, nice and easy. You can look down at your foot, or you can look forward. And now sweep the left arm using that base back to proud warrior. And now let's straighten that right leg and bring the toes, bring the right toes forward again, just to take a little rest here. Inhale, exhale, let's turn the left toes over to the back of the mat. Angle that right foot as you see fit and make sure your alignment, front heel, back arch. So we're working on this plane as if we had supportive glass panes of glass in front of us and in back of us. Hands on the hips, let's bend the left knee towards the two toes. You want to make sure that you give yourself a strong base and the aligned knee with the toes. Drop the hips, feel that base, and then arms out to the side, inhale, exhale, the shoulders away from the ears, free up that neck, find your midline, and then look over, proudly look over your left fingertips. Beautiful. Inhale, grow taller, exhale. Just root into that base. Bring the gaze forward. Exhale, let's bend the left elbow, bring it down to the left thigh. Take your right hand to the hip and just feel that length of the spine evenly through both sides. Lift the right hand to the sky and then sweep that arm towards the right ear, nice and long. So feel that length along the right side from your right foot all the way to the right fingertips. Beautiful. And use the sweep of that right arm to bring you back up to vertical. You can look over in proud warrior again. And then bring the gaze back, hands to the hips. Let's change the feet. So you can repeat this if you really want some strengthening sequence coming into proud warrior, looking over those hands, gaze forward, and switch to Parsvakonasana. Coming back up, switch the feet into proud warrior. Those of you who are really familiar with this pose, making that easy transition by gazing forward, hand to the elbow to the thigh, reach long on the right, back up to proud warrior, straighten knee, come forward. With the strength of these adductors, inner thighs, I want you to heel toe yourself back up to standing, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Beautiful. Now, stand at the top of your mat. We'll come down for our floor work. Hands on the hips. You want to definitely hinge at the hips as we come down, protecting the lower back. Sweep the arms above the head, lengthen out the body, beautiful. And then swan dive your arms down, the big wingspan, come down to earth, touch down either to a block or your fingertips. Long through the spine, inhale, exhale, drape yourself down as the same time bending your knees, bringing the sits bones down to earth, nice and strong. Don't just flop down, just have nice control. And then we'll come back down through holding the back of the thighs, roll yourself back down to earth, nice and easy. Beautiful. And then we'll take some floor work here. Take a moment here, inhale, close the eyes, exhale. Notice any difference energetically in the body from having practiced this brief time together. Open the eyes, bring the soles of the feet to the floor, bend the knees. See if you can touch the back of your heels with your fingertips. If you have a yoga block, you can have it handy. If not, you can use a book or a blanket. And we're gonna stand strong through those feet, keep the knees aligned,
and lift up through the hips. Imagine zipping up into a wetsuit, something that supports the core, and hold. Let's take that block underneath the sacrum, the bottom of the spine, and just place yourself on that block. So we're taking a nice easy bridge here, feeling it supported. And if not, you can just be in an easy pose on that blanket or other support. Inhale, exhale, and then we'll come up, lift the hips up, remove the block, and just notice here we are in bridge. Take the length of the arms along the floor. Take a little bit of core work here by lifting your right foot off the floor, placing it down, and lifting the left foot off the floor, placing it down, all the while lengthening from the knees to the head and lifting the right foot off the floor an inch, putting it down, lifting the left foot off. So you are just taking a little walk under the bridge while keeping your hip bones nice and even. Feeding this movement with breath. Beautiful. And then we'll snake the spine back down to earth. And we'll take a twist, nice, long, easy twist here. So let's roll over onto your left side first. Take the knees together and make sure your thighs are 90 degrees to your body, shin 90 degrees to the thighs. Take the palms together in front of the heart, nice arms nice and long. Inhale, exhale, draw a path with your right hand along your left arm. Take the right hand to the heart, elbow to the sky, and then starting at your ribs, you're twisting open towards the sky, heart opens towards the amazing blue sky, and then your elbow comes out to the side. You can keep your hand on your rib cage or open that right arm up and nice and long behind you and look over the right fingertips. Allow yourself to melt into this pose. So feel the shoulders drop. Feel this body settle. The knees stay together. Nice squeezing out of your organs and your spine, the nervous system. Inhale. Exhale, press your left elbow into the mat and see if you can lengthen this pose a little more. Then take both palms to the earth, and we're going to use our core strength to switch over to the other side. Lift the knees up, keep them in tabletop as you swivel over to the other side. Close your arms together on the other side, and I'm going to switch so you can see me. We're going to end up on the right side, twist. And then trace your right arm with your left fingertips, left hand to the beautiful heart, elbow to the sky. Turn with the ribs to the left, then the shoulders, then the neck, then the head. And then your hand stays on your palm, rib cage or palm opens to the sky. Inhale, exhale. Press the right arm into the earth, lift the rib cage up, exhale, nice and long, melting, knees stay together, supported angles of the body to facilitate the breath, the healing, the stretching, making new pathways of comfort in the body. And let's sweep the left arm up to the sky. Bring the palms together again in front of you. And then roll over onto your back. We'll just take a nice resting pose here after that luxurious twist. Long legs on the mat. Shimmy the shoulders underneath you. Get a sense of hands on your shoulders, pressing them down into the earth. Palms to the sky. Inhale, exhale. Resting pose. A very important pose. If you have any time of day, you can just take this pose, coming back to your breath,
Inhaling that sense of well-being and exhaling out a radiant health through the entire body, all directions. Your body's now in a horizontal position so you can feel the back body supported by the earth. Luxuriate in your breath, inviting in the conscious breath and exhaling out anything you do not need. Take 2 more rounds of breath here. And then roll over easily onto your right side. Take your hands and help them up. Let them be your assistant up to a seated position. Bringing our practice together to a close for today. I hope you enjoyed this half-hour practice with me. Let's bring the hands in front of the heart in Anjali Mudra. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice today. Namaste.